Three, two, one. Yo, what's up? Welcome in. Much love. Welcome, much love. Trav here, and I'm glad you're here with me. Hope you're having an awesome day. We got a fun video today, gonna be a little bit shocking. We're gonna play our last match with snakes, and we're gonna have a discussion about evaluating presidential politics. No, Trav, no, not politics, not politics. What are you doing? No. It's fun, number one, and entertaining, and I wanna create. I've been impressed by the discussions we've been having, and I think we can do it in such a way that's never been done, a way that is and let's just go ahead and say that okay, if you are here for the snake deck, check out the deck tech, and you can get an understanding of the deck, and that's the last kind of magic tech related thing for a moment. As far as the political thing, let's not in the comment. Here's what our goal is. Our goal is to just better understand the world, better understand each other, better understand what's happening. The goal is not to assert a best candidate. I'm not even doing that. You can do that in the comments if you want. Y'all are welcome to agree, disagree, but no, please no shaming. Well, I mean you can shame, it's just ineffective. You shouldn't you shouldn't shame not because for any reason other than it's like has the opposite effect of what you're hoping for. Um, and no recruiting. I mean, this isn't a place for a political platform. This is a place to figure out how people feel and so on. And as for the discussion itself, like I said, this is a discussion I'm interested in having on, as we go ahead and jump in a match here, discussion I'm interested in having not about the candidates themselves, but about how to evaluate candidates, right? I don't hear conversations about that so much. So I thought that, hey, maybe that's something that we can do, right? Again, why are we doing this? Because popcorn, it's entertaining. It is the greatest show on earth, arguably. It's relevant to our lives, and it's a good way to understand human nature, a good way to understand what the fuck people feel is important. It's a good way to understand what people are feeling. And I think we can go about it in a way that we can learn and have a better idea. Man, I don't love this hand. I think I'm gonna mulligan it. It has the cards we need, but it's just so slow. I'm gonna throw it back. This hand is honestly maybe more exciting. There's Lotus Cobra. I know some of y'all have been hating on Cobra, but it seems great here. Okay, so why, like, what triggered me to want to have this discussion, and where are we going with it? So, how to evaluate presidential politics. Last night, want to know, I did something cool. I was playing Hearthstone, and I watched back to back to back. Again, I'm not going to talk about the candidates themselves. I think it'd be funny if you guess who I support, if I support anyone at all. Now, I watched a Trump rally, a Bernie rally, and a Hillary rally, kind of the most popular ones on YouTube, back to back to back, because I wanted to know what these people are saying. Now, have any of you done that? Like, what's shocking is people don't do that. It seems like they just watch one side. So, if we want to really evaluate not just the objective truth, if there is such a thing, but also the subjective perceptions that people feel are real and are important. Sakura Khan. So, in order to do that, we need to look at it from different sources, and that starts off from looking at the sources themselves. If there's books on these people or written by these people, maybe they may be worth checking out, but you can watch the rallies in 2x speed and get through each of them in hour total in an hour and a half. What else? Um, yeah, so when you watch the rallies, you consider the stance of all. Like, okay, if I support this person, what do I care about? What do I believe? Why do I think this is important, right? Cavern of Souls is a big boss dog. Snake. Lotus Cobra doing work. it makes mana, and it beats down, right? So not only are we looking at these from different from the direct source, but we're imagining that we support them just for temporarily. It's scary because you might, if you're afraid, you might believe it forever, but I think that it's worth doing. Again, to understand, our goal is to understand, a better understanding of what the fuck's going on. What else? Yeah, here's something I like to do is find supporters of each and interview them. Like, what do you like about them? And I think that's pretty rare. It's pretty common to see someone like, oh, I support X candidate. Oh, X candidate is bad or dumb or crazy for XYZ reason, and you shouldn't support them. It's like, well, I didn't learn anything by doing that. Instead, I will ask a bunch of questions. Okay, so why? So what? So why? My goal is not to um, win everyone to my side, but just to understand. Like, I don't even have a side, to understand. My side is about asking a bunch of questions, right? I'm fairly consistent about that. Attack. So, is this thing coming off yet? Check it out. We're about to go ham. Mystic Snake's gonna counter that, and there's really nothing the opponent can do about it. How else can we better understand things? Okay, watching. So I call this three-dimensional thinking, right? I want to watch media from different sides. So I'm gonna watch the mainstream media, like and what is it? Rachel Maddow or whatever. What is it? MSNBC? Is that right? CNN. I'm gonna watch Fox, right? But I'm also want to watch alternate media, stuff that's not on the mainstream, not on TV. That way you get three-dimensional, right? And you can see both are accusing each other of other things, and you can go and kind of look at things. Oh, something I missed. If anyone cites a source, especially in the rallies, cites a study, cites a statistic, we live in the Google age. We can go on Google and look that up real quick and see, is this real? Yeah, okay. Right? So I recommend that as well if you want to understand. Like, it's really fast to look up a study, and you can look up interpretations of the study too, which is pretty cool. What else? So not only are we looking at mainstream and alternate media, we're going to look at vlogs, vlogs, popular vlogs, not just American, but international, see what people think, what people believe. Again, it's not a search for truth. And to understand something as complex as like presidential politics, truth is not going to get you very far. Perception is absolutely necessary to understand things. All right, going for the attack. Opponent's gonna have to cryptic to have a chance. He's gonna have to cryptic. They're gonna have to really have damnation this game. I don't see how else they can do this. F6 coming in. Let's see, what else can we do? Watch the protests. If there's protests, watch the protests. See what's going on. See what people believe, what people care, don't care about. Okay, nice play by the Snapcaster Mage. Opponent is on the comeback path. What else could I do? This is not just me also telling you, here's the way to learn best. It's also, I like having discussion. So those are things that I've been doing. And I mean, the reality is I'm probably not going to vote here in California because why? And I'm not gonna publicly endorse anyone because why? But I am interested in understanding. I find that to be super useful. So again, I've watched I've watched debates now. That's another thing. I've watched the debates, not all of them. That kind of sucks that we've drawn two straight lands, but whatever. I actually don't want to trade Tar Pit very bad. I don't want to even trade a Snow. a snake token, a Snoken with tar pit. Watch the debates. Cryptic it, bounce it, please. Vendilion click. Okay. Kind of annoying. What else? Yeah, watch media from both sides. Or not from just from both sides, but alternate media. International vlogs, international news, alternate international news. Considered all of them. Pretended that I support them in my brain, so I can understand. Inter Interview people and ask them without telling them. So tell me what you think. Now I'm gonna ask you questions. I'm not gonna ask you who you support because that's just not was not the direction that I want to go. How else do you go about evaluating? What kind of patterns do you see, do you not see? And if you could guess who I support, if I could only pick one, tell me who you think it is. Also mentioned this earlier. Two. I guess I'm okay trading a snake with a vault and a tar pit if we have to. Can we draw something, please, that is not a land? Mistbind click, okay. So we're gonna get our fairy championed. Again, you guys are welcome to. I'm discouraging you from shaming and name calling. I'm discouraging you from. Maybe it is effective. I said it wasn't very effective. Maybe it is effective. I'm discouraging you from recruiting, but y'all are free to voice opinions and disagree in the comments if you choose. Okay, so do we wanna, man, another land. Drawn a land for 3 straight turns. Thanks, Obama. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. Get over yourselves. So we could trade, but then we're down 2 creatures. Which is why I actually think I like, but we're still gonna have to trade. I'm not gonna attack. The opponent has no cards. I'm not attacking because I don't like being down. I don't like being down like that. I mean, the opponent can top deck a removal spell and it will hose us, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, the opponent drew a land also. All's fair in top decks in war. Nice. Actually, Tri-Belter is quite good. Oh, the opponent has no cards, so 3. And I'm going to choose not to attack because we would just be trading with Mistbind, and then next turn we would have a 6 power, and it would trade with both of these. So I'm just going to ship the turn here. If the opponent draws removal spell, we're going to be pretty much hosed. How do I get, here we go, get me more in the frame. And now we're going to focus on Magic. And I'll also say, man, the boys club discussion went really well. That was really civil. There was only one person who was like, I'm concerned, I'm unsubbing, but then we had a pretty good discussion with them. So it turned out to be like, I would say it went pretty great. There's another land, which, well, it is annoying. I mean, um, have succeeded in, we've succeeded in kind of taking over. We're going to be able to trade. We're going to have a 3/3 Tri-Belter to a Mutavault with the massive life advantage with top decks at our disposal. So even if we're flooded, like the opponent's draws haven't been super great either. Oops. And seem to be winning. Couple questions. For videos like these, do you think that it makes sense to have the topic in the name? Like, should it be 2016 politics? Should that be in the name of the video? For like search engine purposes, yeah, but for you, does it make you more or less likely to click on the video? I'm curious. Also, yeah, I said I was pleased with how the boys club discussion went. It's funny that I was like concerned about that. When if you look back to just a year ago, like how out there I was, it's like now I'm like, what am I really concerned about here? All right, another misbind click. It's fun to trade Sakura Tribe Elder with misbind click, which we may or may not do depending on this turn. I might be down to trade. Um, if we draw a creature, I will probably want to trade. If we don't draw a creature, I'll probably wait until we have a 5/5 Tribe Elder on the next turn. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I am gonna trade. The reason is, like, if we don't, at this point, it's not a question of how do we win, but how do we lose. We're so favored to win at this point. I feel. How do we lose? How do we lose? The opponent. Ah, nah. Screw that. It's so hard to lose. I actually do want, I'm thinking how we win. How we lose is like almost the same. I mean, we could trade and that'd be fine. Or we untap and we place a Shiro and it's pretty much, it's a gamer Tribe Elder. Instead of playing Sashiro though, I'm gonna play Tribe Elder. Green, blue. Hmm. Meeting with CML today. Shout out to CML. See if the opponent has drawn a cryptic command. Spell stutter sprite. Okay. Are they going to double block? If they're double blocking, like a Mistbind click and a spell stutter on a Sakura Tribe Elder, how sad is that? By the way, it's funny that we're like so flooded and it's like, oh, we top deck Tribe Elder. Nice. So I could have played Seshiro this turn and it looks like that would have been a better play, but I wanted to put two things into play. And this seems to have worked out pretty well also. It seems to have worked out pretty well as well. I was concerned about possibilities of cryptic command and stuff like that. Cavern. Okay. Tribe Scout. Um. So why? Oops, I should have tapped Cavern for this. Whatever. So why am I not playing the Sashiro? Because if the opponent has cryptic command, I want to be able to Gavany our little guy. I want to be adding two things to the board guaranteed. White, 2, 3, 4. That's why. Galvany Township, by the way. Snakes in a Township. This card is ridiculous. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Maybe I should have played my Seshiro. Well, the opponent is still down as 0 cards. I was a 1/1 in play. 6 life. It has just drawn a land. I don't know why they played that land. Because by emptying their hand, they tell me it's okay to go ahead and play Seshiro here. Otherwise, I may have continued to play around things. Nah, this turn I wouldn't have played around nothing. Because we have Township. Although, I guess if we were going to play around anything, it would be Damnation. Damnation. Bam. Attack. What else is going on in the world with me? What do you want to hear me talk about? Topic submission. Is there a topic that you want to hear discussed? Leave me a comment and I will potentially discuss it. I may or I may not. Do you love the Magic and you're super grossed out by discussion about anything? I'm sorry, but I'm not that sorry. Okay, so I kind of like negates because they counter Ancestral Visions, and they maybe counter Bitter Blossom, and I kind of like Path to Exile because they are decent against Mistbind Click, but I don't want to give the opponent a bunch of extra mana. I think we can cut the Sosukes. I don't think they're amazing here because it's just a battle of 1/1s anyways. Maybe I'm wrong for cutting those, but I'm going to get in an extra negate and one path. I don't actually want a ton of these cards, but I think a few would make it nice to be tricky. Bam. Let's let's maneuver out of the sun here. So I've got another question. Oh, I forgot to thank my patrons. Thank you, patrons. Patrons, thank you so much. I love you, appreciate you. Sunscreen lotion. What is the reality of that? Does it prevent cancer? I know it prevents burns. I want to know the truth. Does it cause a different kind of cancer? I believe in science. So, I mean, whatever the studies say, I'm not guaranteed to believe. I'm going to keep this hand. It's pretty awkward, the mana, but I'm not going to mold a 6 because this hand is a lot more promising if we do draw land. Alternatively, we could mulligan, go fishing for Cavern of Souls. This hand has the potential to be just so slow and bad, but it does have Gavany, which is one of our better cards here, won the last game. And if we draw Cavern of Souls, this hand is going to win pretty easy. Well, not easy, but so I choose to keep. I choose to keep. I choose to keep. I choose to keep. I've seen multiple people talking about cutting Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra has pedigree, man. This thing has it won a Pro Tour? It's been in Pro Tour top 8s, I know that. Uh, hmm. Do we want to ditch a Cobra or a Tribe Elder? I'm going to ditch a Tribe Elder. It's a little bit greedy, but I don't think that's the one that we need or we want. Cobra's been doing work. I mean, if it's a 2/1 that makes a mana, it's pretty great. By the way, we may just get hosed right now by a Spell Stutter Sprite. There's a good chance of that we just get absolutely hosed. Just crushed by a Spell Stutter Sprite. There's a good chance of that. Doesn't matter, I'm playing into it. Don't hose me, bro. If the opponent doesn't have... Yep, we're getting hosed. We're getting crushed. I'm not that jittery and high energy, am I? I haven't drank coffee yet. Maybe that's a problem. I sequenced this wrong. Oops. What the fuck? So we both made mistakes. I pressed F6 and I skipped through the second half of my turn, but the opponent didn't activate the Mutavault, so our Cobra came in. So who made a bigger mistake? I would argue that both of us, but I like that both players made a mistake because it makes for a more interesting game. We could have gotten a land down and played another Cobra, and on the next turn we could have gotten a land down, played a Coiling Oracle, and had Mystic Snake up for their Ancestral Vision. But instead, I'm going to play another Cobra so that we can try to get ahead on tempo. Okay. Make a green. Okay, make a green. Coiling Oracle. Simic Growth Chamber. That is a bit crazy. Use the Cobra's ability for a blue mana and another blue mana. And we could pick up, I'm actually going to pick up the island because we have fuel for a few more turns. Play another Coiling Oracle. Nice. So we made a nice recovery. I think that trade, the mistake trade, was even. And oh, Visions doesn't come off anyway, so we can still try to fight it. Nice. Although we are getting sorted. See if does it even make sense to attack though? What you mad, foe? I said, you mad, bro? Tell me what you mad, foe. I wanna know. You mad, bro? Tell me what you mad, foe. Ooh, there's a negate. Well, we're a mana away from protecting our Mystic Snake. We could go for a Gavany and with negate up. I think that is like way more aggro play that I like a lot more. Get a white here and get a green here. 2, 3. Did I say that this was the last match with snakes? Because it is. I said you mad, bro. Tell me what you mad, foe. So even if this thing resolves, the opponent's gonna have to fight over it, and they're gonna be tapped down. Mystics, do you guys believe in Lotus Cobra yet? Do you believe in Cobra? I believe in Cobra. I trust. This is my presidential candidate that I believe in. So on our turn, yeah, I mean the opponent can sprite and they can get vision, but they're still gonna need to chain cryptics. They're gonna need to. It just seems like it's gonna be hard for them to win because of what we're presenting on the table. Unless they have damnation again, but you know, maybe they have that in their deck. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And they're a ways away from playing Cryptic. A ways, a ways, a ways. Interesting. So the opponent goes for a push here. Hmm. Hmm. Fetch land off the top. Make it easy for us. Fetch land. Not a fetch land. Coiling Oracle is kind of sweet though. So, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel like the safest thing to do is actually just to play Coiling Oracle. Right? To start off. This way we can township if we want, depending on what we hit. And I like to just keep up Mystic Snake for damnation. Yeah. Or we can just say screw that if the opponent plays a cryptic, it has to be on our turn. And if the opponent has a damnation, I just don't care that much because we're going to be able to untap and put down Patagia Viper and into Sashiro. And this really forces the opponent to have you have to have damnation. There's no alternative. Wink. If you made it to the end of this video, give me a true rank compared to my average videos. Is this good or bad? I feel that the opponent is going to hit us with damnation. They protected their life total as much as they could. That's interesting. So 4, 5, 6. Maybe I should have just kept up Mystic Snake. Really don't want to go to game 3. I really want to just end this thing. I said, you mad, bro? Tell me what you mad for. Oh, we won. Okay, nice. GG Snakes. I hope you found this series entertaining. We had some interesting discussions with Snakes as well. I hope that you can contribute to the discussion in a meaningful way. Thank you to our patrons for making us go or helping us go. If you haven't signed up for the email series or the free workshop and the free group, make sure to do that. If you haven't yet get the ebook, you should do that too. Love you, appreciate you, thank you so much, and I'm excited for these comments. Again, you know, feel free to disagree, but let's play nice also as possible to do that. And I'm curious, how do you evaluate presidential candidates? What else is there? Um, Checking their records, reading their emails, those are things I didn't add. There's a lot you can do if you want to, but that's just the start. I'm not here to say, here's everything you do. Again, it's about having a discussion. So let's have a discussion, take action, see you in the comments.